guys, so the goal for this video is to look at the difference between independent and dependent events, and also to talk about compound events. Compound events are when two or more simple events happen together, and the example that I have for you here would be rolling a pair of dice and flipping a coin and spinning a spinner. If we're looking at the dice, and if I wanted to make a list of possible outcomes, which is called looking at the sample space, I would create a chart where I'm comparing the what's happening with one die, which I could get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, and I'm comparing that to the other die. So I could get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. So for one possible outcome, I could get 1 and 1. Or I could get 1 and 2. Or I could get 1 and 3. So if I were to continue this same process, we would see that there's going to be a total of 36 different outcomes. Now let's look at the example with the coin and spinner. So with the coin and spinner, with the coin we could flip and get either heads or tails. And then on the spinner I could get blue, yellow, green, or red. And this spinner isn't really the best one to look at because if you can see just from looking at the spinner, we have a much higher chance of landing on, say, the green section compared to the red section. But either way, there's going to be a total of 8 outcomes. And we get that number 8 because there are 2 possible things that could happen with the coin multiplied by the 4 possible colors that could happen with the spinner. So that's where we're getting 8 outcomes. An independent event. So here's an example of an independent event. I'm going to read it and then I'm going to read the definition. So it says Ryan has a bag with 3 black marbles, 2 green marbles, and 1 yellow marble. What is the probability that Ryan randomly picks a black marble, replaces the marble, and then randomly picks a yellow marble? So from this, if you notice, when you read it, it says that he's going to replace the marble. That's a key word to show us that we're putting the marble back. So for each event, you're going to have the same number of marbles that you're starting with. So if we look at the definition of independent events, it says the probability that an event occurs does not affect the probability that another event will take place. And we'll see that on this problem. So I'm going to write the probability of first getting black and then a yellow marble. So first, if we look at the probability of getting a black marble, well, the probability of getting a black marble would be 3 out of the total of 6. And then the probability of getting a yellow, since once we get that black marble, so like say for example we take that marble out of the bag, we notice, okay, it's a black marble, then we put it back into the bag. So whenever we're choosing the yellow marble, we still have 1 to choose from out of a total of 6. And then we're going to multiply these together. So that's going to give us 3 out of 36. And you want to simplify our fraction, so we're going to get 1 out of 12. 1/12 is about 8% chance of this happening. So now let's look at this same, but it's going to be as a dependent event. So let me read the question and then I'll read the dependent event definition. So it says Ryan has a bag with 3 black marbles, 2 green marbles, and 1 yellow marble. What is the probability that Ryan randomly picks a black marble, places it to the side, and then randomly picks a yellow marble? So on this one, we see that we're going to place it to the side. So it will not go back in the bag, and that means that the amount of marbles inside of the bag will change after our first event. So if we look at the definition, in a dependent event, the probability that an event occurs in some way changes the probability that another event will take place. So we're doing the same type of setup here to solve. We're finding the probability of getting a black marble and then a yellow marble. So when we're finding the probability of the black marble, there's 3 marbles to choose from out of 6. And we know that now when we're finding the probability of the yellow marble, we had just taken a marble out and put it to the side. So let me represent that by just taking away that marble. And I'm going to try to make it look like it's disappearing. Oh, no, that's not the right color purple. Let me try that one more time. Okay. That kind of blends in a little bit better. Okay, so we're pretending that that marble is now out to the side. So because it's to the side over here, it's no longer in the bag. That means my denominator is going to change for picking the yellow marble. Now I have 1 yellow marble out of a total of 5 marbles to choose from. I'm going to multiply these 2 probabilities together to get 3 over 30. And I can simplify that to 1/10, which is the same as a 10% chance. So if you notice on this second question, when we did it as a dependent event, the odds of getting the yellow marble, the total odds increased because when we're choosing the yellow marble, now there's less to pick from, so I have a higher chance of getting the yellow marble. I hope that was a good, a helpful way for you to see the difference between an independent event and a dependent event.